Welcome back to my channel, guys. Thanks for tuning in. If you are looking for another cool idea to do with your child's sensory bin, I got you. Today we are going to make some messy snow dough and some foam dough, not Play-Doh, foam dough. Stay tuned.
What a wonderful world. What a wonderful world.
Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. What you're going to need is some cornstarch and you're going to need some shaving cream. Go ahead and take the shaving cream and put as much as you want inside of a container. Using this big old container because this is a messy craft, but you'll see later in the video I am going to switch it. But this was great for mixing because it's messy, so you might want to have a big container to mix it. Now go ahead and put some cornstarch. I did not measure any of this, guys. As you can see, I'm just going in and experimenting. So what I was told from looking at a couple videos on here is you want to gradually add in the cornstarch. Don't want to just dump a chunk in there because if you do that, sometimes they say it gets too hard or whatever, thing like that. So as you're gonna see, that's my third time adding a little bit more. I'm gonna keep adding and mixing until this is the texture you want. You want it to be not completely like Play-Doh. It's like the stages before Play-Doh. So you want to make it where it clumps together. You know, it can hold a shape, but it's still messy. That's the best way I can explain that, okay? So that's the kind of first texture you want for the fake snow dough, because you can still have your child make snowmen out of it, and so it'll hold a shape, but it's still messy. It'll stick to their fingers. So, and messy play is very important, as you may know or may not know. It's very good. Messy play is great for the senses, so that's a great sensory thing to have, especially if you're a parent or a new mom. Get the kids messy. I mean, I know we don't want to deal with the cleanup, but it helps their senses so much, I promise, and their fine motor skills. Just do it, parents. Okay. All right, so I think I got the actual texture I want. See how it clumps together? It still holds a shape, but it's still messy. And that's how I did my fake snow dough. So yeah, I'll let you guys in a second look at my daughter play with it. It's so cool. She actually really liked. She doesn't like to get messy, but she did like this one. So if you know me, you know I am always mess free by putting it in a pool, and I changed the container so that she, you know, has a cleaner container to start with. And I threw in some toys to kind of encourage her to get her fingers in there, because she did not want to get messy, because she's always hesitant about that. But she warms up to it really quickly. Look at this. Like, she warms up so quickly. Look what she's doing. She warmed up quick, didn't she? Alright, anyway, but yeah, just throw some toys in there to encourage them to get their hands dirty. Yes, make sure they get nice and dirty. So I had to demonstrate and be a role model and show her how cool it is to play, and then she warmed up to it and did not want to stop. So if you have a child like mine, please encourage them to get messy. This was fun. It feels like light, fluffy, snow, and cleanup is a breeze. All you do is you just take the pool, spray it down with a hose, you're done. Drop the child in the bathtub. So if you leave the same snow dough that you were just playing with, where it's all messy and snowy, it'll dry out. Okay, so when it dries out, it turns into this consistency like you see I'm touching right now. It looks really hard, but I promise it's not. It's more of a, it feels like Play-Doh, but it doesn't come off on your hand. See how I'm punching it and there's not a lot of the texture on me. It's not as messy as it was before. So if you let it dry out, it'll become this Play-Doh texture where you guys can do more things with it, and it's not as messy. So this is good for kids that don't want to be as messy. It will still have some on your hands. You know, you will not get away from that, but it's not as messy as before with my daughter and the snow dough. So that's the difference between the snow dough and the foam dough. That's kind of the names I made for them. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this project. It was so fun. You have two different ways to play, a messier way than non-messy. Well, I won't say non-messy, but not as messy way. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick tutorial and suggestion for your sensory bin. If you do try this idea, please don't forget to tag me on Instagram. All my information is in the description box below. And don't forget to watch all my other activity videos, because I have a lot of videos showing you different activities and things to do with your kids during this quarantine time. So enjoy, and I'll see you next time. Bye!